Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Gotta
Good
get rid of
morning.
that video. There we go. Hello.
Goodness.
Gotta adjust. Good
Oh,
morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. It's a weird day here. So it's not calling for rain, but it has been so dark with like this weird glow, like in the background all morning. It's a really, really strange day weather-wise, anyway.
yeah, it's kind of we had thunderstorms last night that went all the way around us. Close enough that the dogs freaked out, but of course not close enough to bring us rain.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, really? So 12:30 at night, I was locking the maniac up in the crate, and I'm like, I'm not listening to you. And I had to take the other one to bed with me because he'll at least lay down. He just won't if he's away from me. If I
Yeah.
take him, he'll lay down. Shelby will not.
Yeah.
Absolutely will not. So
Hello to all of you who are watching. So today for the Wellness Wake Up Weekly, today is episode 42 and we're talking about the one thing busy women forget they need. And who all here is busy? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if your schedule is busy. I feel like I do not know a single person who is not busy these days. Like I don't know what it
yes.
is about our society and feeling the need to like fill every moment of the
Fill
day.
every minute. Yes. I think it's guilt. I think society makes people feel guilty for not sitting still. I mean, the days of sitting on
Yeah.
your front porch and rocking in a rocking chair and drinking iced tea are
Yeah. Definitely long gone, unfortunately. But we're talking about, for those of you who are busy, there might be something that you are forgetting that is super important. So we're diving into that today.
yes.
So, first, we're going to introduce ourselves, but I want to ask you a question. If you're tuning in, first of all, say hello in the comments and let us know where you're watching from. But also, I would like to know if you could answer this question for me. When was the last time that someone genuinely asked you how you are doing? Like really asked you. Not like just running into somebody on the street and like, "Oh, hey, how are you? Good. How are you?" You know what I mean? Like that's not real. Like when was the last time somebody checked in with you to see how you are doing? So think about that, drop it in the comments, and Christine and I will introduce ourselves just in case you're tuning in for the first time and you don't know us.
So, quick funny story. Yesterday, I asked somebody, I'm like, how are you? And he stopped and he kind of looked at me and he goes, I'm okay. Why? I said, well, you just seemed a little bit off. And I thought maybe you were having a bad day. And he just kind of laughed like, when was the last time somebody asked him that? Apparently a long time ago. So anyway, my
Yeah.
name is Christine
Yeah.
Lunsford.
Yes.
I know it wasn't shocked. I am an Empower You coach, and as of Monday, also the chapter president for the Ozarks Rich Girl Network. I still have to get those words out of my mouth. So excited about that. I have 4 Jack Russells, if you don't know me. And yes, I do have 4 Jack Russells. People laugh when I say that. I have a wonderful husband. And as of last Friday, maybe?
That was just the
It
other
was just the
day.
other day. Our brooding hen has hatched out 3 babies. So now she's really pissed off if you go in there and mess with her. I never realized because every time I've had chickens, they come from okay. Everybody's gonna laugh when I say this. They come from eggs, but I meant they come from eggs that I have, or I've just bought the chicks.
You ordered the
Them
eggs or the
or
chicks.
they were already hatched. And watching them
Mhm.
crawl up her wing and under her wing is just so cute. I mean,
Oh,
it is so
so
adorable. And I was like, "Hey, mama, where's your baby?" And all of a sudden, this little head pops out from underneath her. I mean, it really is pretty cute. So that
Oh,
I
how fun.
it's been it's been a full week, and yes, I can go into the. I was so excited for today. I was awake at 3 o'clock.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Okay, not
goodness.
only awake,
That happened
I was
the other day. I was up not that early. I was up at 4 something, and that's earlier than I usually get up. I'm like, "Why am I awake right now?"
I was awake and up at 4 or at 3 a.m.
Oh my gracious. You're going to need a nap this afternoon.
No, I was already thinking, when can I put my nap in? When can I put my nap in? Because today is my running day. So yes, we're all busy. This is
Mhm.
so important. This episode is so
Yes.
important.
Yeah, this topic is so important.
So great.
Okay, so if you don't know me, I am Carrie Marie Vaughn. I'm an Unstickify Your Life coach, and I am also a Rich Girl Network chapter president for the Adirondack and Green Mountain region. And so I am super excited for this is launch week. So if you're tuning in, there's all kinds of fun stuff going on this week for launch week. And Christine and I would love to have you in our communities. I mean, this is a place where women can feel supported and grow and thrive and learn some things to start putting yourself first, which is something that we tend to not do in this life of ours. So, besides that, I am married to my high school sweetheart. We have 3 adult children and we have 3 cats of our own. We also have a grand dog and 4 grand cats. On a 5th one, possibly later on in the month. Our oldest daughter might be getting a cat later this month, which is exciting. And I just love everything outdoors. I do a lot of stuff outdoors. Sometimes I'm even sitting outside with my computer working outdoors, hiking, camping, swimming, all that good stuff. So, we are super excited today to bring you this topic because it's so important. And many women who are busy, 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 busy in these lives
Oh,
forget
absolutely.
one important thing that's so important. And so, today we're just going to talk about the thing that most people overlook, and it has to do with our wellness. It has to do with our overall well-being. It has to do with our sanity. It has to do with our our brains and our mind. Has to do with a lot of stuff. And so we as women spend our days taking care of everyone else,
Yes,
and
absolutely.
we're going every which way. I mean, Christine, as you know, today is your running day. Today is the day where you're running all over the place doing everything
Mhm.
and managing schedules, prepping meals, running errands, working, caring for children or spouses or parents,
And pets. We don't even
and,
have pets on there.
and pets. Yes, definitely they need
Oh,
care.
yes.
And putting out fires.
Oh, yes, that was
That
our
was my
Monday. We were both putting out fires Monday. Our
yeah,
schedule got completely blown to smithereens.
yeah. But somewhere along the way, we stop taking time out and investing in ourselves.
Yes. And the thing is, it is possible to be surrounded by a bunch of people and still feel completely alone.
Yeah. 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 How many times have we been in a room or a house full of people and we just feel lonely? We just feel like, oh, like I'm in this life alone,
Yeah.
which is so sad.
And a lot of people have acquaintances. They may say they have a lot of friends, but in reality, they're not connected. They don't
Mhm.
have
Right. They're
that.
just people you know.
Yeah.
We know a lot of people.
Yeah. It's like you and I, we talk back and forth multiple times pretty much every day.
Mhm.
And that connection, one of the benefits is longevity.
Mhm.
So, very few people really truly can say that they have someone they can tell anything to, not get judged, and be
Mhm.
held high, not knocked down.
Mhm. Yeah, it's so rare. It's rare, rare, rare having people like that in your life.
Yes.
And there's been all different studies, of course. There's studies on everything, right?
Everybody
Everything in this world is studied. Yeah, but it's also good for us. So first of all, we know that we're not alone in this when we hear about these studies that are done and you're like, "Oh, yeah, all those other people that they just did a study on is also experiencing the same thing as me."
absolutely.
But it's also good, like, for us who are kind of, like, nerdy and we like to research things, it's really nice to see, like, some statistics here and there, or, like, what seems to be the majority, and where the majority of people are getting benefits from. And you know what? It's the research that's been done and studies that have been done are showing that strong social connections, so having people who you feel really, really comfortable with, people who you can trust, people who you can lean on, people who can you can share things with, people who lift you up, not tear you down,
Yes.
they are associated with lower stress levels, which, as we know, stress can do a number to our mind, body, soul. And so, in our stress level, that's amazing. And also better emotional well being. Because, I mean, and
Yes.
that really does make sense. If we're surrounded by people who are lifting us up and supporting us through everything in life, obviously, we're going to be more emotionally just happy. We're going to feel calm, at peace. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that
So
totally makes sense.
that connection is listed as one of the in the blue zones, which is
Mm.
the highest concentration of centurions. So anybody doesn't know what that means, that means anybody over 100 years old. That is one of the top ones is connection,
Yeah. Yeah.
community.
Yeah, because people with supportive relationships tend to have better overall physical health and also resiliency, because that's a big thing. We're all going to come across things in our life that are hard. We're going to have hard times in our life. It's, the bad comes with the good, and that's fine. But we're better at being resilient in those times of trouble when we have that strong community and the people who can support us.
Yes, absolutely. Chronic loneliness is rampant. So it is
It's
it is
so
so it's so sad that they are, but it increases your risk of
I feel
depression,
like
anxiety, heart disease,
increase.
all of it.
Yeah, and I feel like the loneliness that is, like, very chronic, and this is more of a pandemic, if you wanna call it that, because you know what? The stupid COVID pandemic made it so people had to be apart. They lost those connections and never really got it back. How many young people do you know that have super, super close friends that they can lean on? Not very many. A lot of a lot of the younger generations were so disconnected that they lost they lost their friendships, and they even lost the ability to connect with others because they were split apart, and that's really sad, but we all went through that, right? We all went through a time. Sometimes at first it was like, "Okay, great. We're not quite so busy anymore because we get to stay home and we don't have to go do all of the things." But then when on the flip side, it's like, oh, I crave people. I crave like feeling like just connected with people. I crave hugging
Yeah,
people,
and
you
I think
know?
that's where we are now is I think people do crave that connection, and that is something that we are doing, and while not everybody's gonna be able to be in person, we will have that, but you
Mhm.
can create connection even because, I mean, Carrie Marie and I, she's in upstate New York and I'm in Arkansas. I mean,
Yeah.
we don't see each other in person very often, but we have that connection.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And, so a lot of as you know, this is the Wellness Wake Up Weekly, and we talk about wellness things all the time. We're talking a lot about nutrition. We're talking about moving our body and sleep. That's a big one. We're talking about stress management, which is a big one. But sometimes we don't spend a lot of time talking about the benefits of having a supportive community, which is why we wanted to bring this to you today, because it is kind of that little bit of a missing piece. Like, you could have like a great eating habit. You could have a good exercise routine. You could have great sleep at night. But if you're missing that supportive community part, you're kind of just in this life alone, because sometimes we need that support to feel whole and to feel like we have people who have our back
Yes.
in things and to cheer us on. Like, hey, it's really awesome with your exercise routine. Share it with somebody and have somebody lift you up and cheer you on. Like, great for you. That's amazing, because
Absolutely.
yeah, and just things people that you can share your exciting things with, and have somebody be truly excited for you and happy for you. Because how many times have you mentioned something that you're super excited about to somebody that you know, and they don't get it? and they're just like, oh, cool, and there's really no emotion there. And you just feel like, oh, like it deflates your sails. You're like, that,
Yeah.
that really wasn't.
Sometimes celebrating, I made it through the day without killing my children, or I made it through the day. I just simply made it through the day.
Yeah.
And even those days get to be celebrated in that community, and having that friend that you can call and say, oh, just tell me that I'm okay.
Yeah. It's
That's
been
it. Just tell
really
me
rough
I'm okay.
day. I need somebody to just to just
Yes.
listen so I can vent. Having
Yes.
somebody to vent to is so important.
Yes. We call it hold the bucket. Like some
Mhm.
days you just need somebody to hold the bucket. Just hold the bucket.
Mhm.
Let me just get all this out and then tell me I'm going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you can just picture somebody holding a bucket over somebody whose tears are falling. So sad, but it's true though, like, you need somebody that will listen because, like, sometimes our family, like our spouse or our children, aren't gonna be the ones to do that for you, It's wonderful that they're there, but they don't necessarily get everything that you are going through, and so to have supportive community, supportive friends who literally know what you're going through or know similar, like, maybe it's not the exact same thing, maybe they haven't gone through the exact same day, but they know what it's like to feel like that, to feel frazzled, to feel like you're unsupported and you just need a little cheering up and somebody to just listen.
Absolutely.
So,
And men need support also, but men need men community. Women need community with women. And I'm not saying that we shouldn't interact. It's not what I'm saying. But women need to
right.
have a community of women because we love our men, but sometimes they just don't get it. And it's not that they don't
Yeah.
want to, they biologically don't get it.
Yeah, emotionally they're not on the same page
No.
with us and there's so many different things that are different in the way that men's brain thinks versus the way that women's brain thinks. That's why I mean there was that book from when was that book came out? The men
Men are
are
from Mars,
from.
women are from Venus.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like, I don't know when it came out, but it was, I never even fully read it, but I've heard little clips from it and people have quoted it and referenced it from time to time. So I kind of get a little bit of a gist, but it's basically like, hey, we are very different in so many ways. Yes, we're the same. We're all human beings, but the way that we function and the way that we think about things and our emotional side of things are very, very different. And so we need to be able to have that supportive community from people who are very much the same as us, who think about things similarly to us and who experience similar things.
Yes. I think the one thing to me that is for me, that's the most important is when you have a group of women that will give you honest feedback with love.
Oh,
They don't,
that was weird.
they don't bash you. They don't, you got that wrong. That's not what it is. But they can give you honest feedback and they do it from a place of love with the intent of lifting you up, not down.
Yeah. Yeah. And that is so important. I love that you brought that up because it is hard because this is one of the things that men have a really hard time with doing. They love to be able to pick something apart, but it doesn't have the love and the lifting you up that are attached to it. And it kind of lacks that because of the difference in the emotional side
They
of
want
things.
to fix it.
Hmm.
Women don't necessarily have, not that they can't fix it, not that they can't give you suggestions, but if you tell a man a problem or you tell a man that you've had a bad day, his response is going to be how to fix it. You need to do this. You need to do that. And a lot of times women do not need that. So we
Yeah.
need the community. We need the emotional support. We need hope.
Yeah. Women are
Sometimes
natural nurturers. And so I think that having that the nurturing capability behind that of like, okay, so we're not just trying to fix it. We're like, okay, I see what you're going through here. Like, what if you tried this a little bit differently? Or what if this? Or what if this? You know what I mean? And I think that you would really thrive doing this. You know what I mean? Like it comes at a different angle and it feels so much better on the receiving end.
absolutely.
Because somebody can give you a compliment as well as saying that something you did was like a little wrong, let's say, in the same thing, and it makes you feel good, and you're like, "Oh yeah, thank you for bringing that up," you know?
Uh,
Yet, yet somebody's like, you messed up," you
what did you
know?
do that for? Um, and people
Like, no, that's
are,
not what
and I'm
we're
going to say women, because and people, yes, but are far more likely to follow through on their goals when they share them with somebody. And we hear all the time accountability partner, and sometimes that phrase irritates me. I don't know why, but it does. But having a friend that has a true connection and checks in with you,
Mhm,
and whole reason for checking in is to make sure you succeed.
mhm. Yeah, and it's not like a, "Did you do your test today?" No, 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 it's not like that, of like, "Hey, how's it coming? I'm so excited for
Yes.
you," you know? Like, that's a totally different thing of like, "Did you do the steps on your to-do list today?" Like, "Nah." That's I mean, yes, that's good, but not great, and it's not gonna make you feel good, but when somebody is, like, truly excited for what you're working on, and you get to share it with somebody else, and so it's like the energy of the excitement from your end because you're working on
Mhm.
something that you're passionate about, and then you've got somebody else or other multiple people who are so excited for you and who are cheering you on and like, we can't wait to see what comes of this, like we can't wait to see you succeed. That just makes you feel so good, and you want to work on that goal, not only for yourself but because you're excited to show your friends what you just did. So there's like totally it's a totally different vibe when you have that supportive community. And of course, we can split up the men and women, but yes, there are some women who are not very supportive out there. So they're not the women you want in your corner, in your community. And if when you have a supportive community, they are going to be encouraging for you. They're going to hold you accountable, but like we were talking about, in that way that comes with love and excitement and wants to see you succeed, not just making sure you did what you said you were going to do.
Exactly. Yeah, because really, and
Yeah.
this one, when we were talking about this and we said this, how many goals have you quietly given up on because no one even knew you were working towards them?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
really easy to lay it down if you don't have anybody that is there cheering you on, especially
Yeah.
when it gets hard, because it will get hard.
Yeah. It's very easy to do. I mean, yeah, how many times have you set out to go do something, accomplish something, work on a big goal, a big project, and you're the only one that was excited about it and you kind of lose momentum, but you don't have those friends to help cheer you on and like encourage you on the days where you're just like, yeah, I'm giving up.
Yeah, yeah, there
You
are
know,
days like
you
that.
don't have anybody who is there to cheer you on and lift you up. I mean, how many of those projects? There's so many, I'm sure, that we've all done it. We've all not really shared our goals and dreams with other people. And so it's easy to just be like, I'm not going to do that right now. It's too hard. Or I just kind of lost my momentum and life happens. We're too busy. Like, how many times have we said we're too busy?
Oh, yeah.
We don't have time for that. Oh, I've got a lot on my plate right now. I'm doing so many other things. Can't do that. Even though you know that it's what you truly deep down need and want.
Mhm. Well,
How many times
okay,
have
so
you
even this rich girl community, I got to look
Mhm,
at my life and go, "Okay, something's gotta give. This is
mhm.
going to replace something, whether it's for a season or forever," and I got to choose that, and
Yeah.
here
And the
I
great thing is that yeah, and we're bringing awareness to this. So think about your life. I'm sure you're doing things that you don't love to do. I'm sure you have way too much on your plate than you actually need, because how many of us just take on doing all of the stuff even though that somebody else could easily do it, but maybe we have a little bit of control thing. We want to take over doing all of the stuff for everybody because it feels good to do stuff for other people. It does. And
got.
so we just tend to take on more and more and more. And sometimes we're people pleasing. So we don't like to say no and we're asked to do things. And we could be working on things that we do enjoy, but are we working on so much stuff and keeping ourselves so busy that we're forgetting to take time for things that are truly, truly meaningful to us and that are going to fill our cup. That's the big thing, is how often are you filling your cup and having others fill your cup? It's so important. It literally, it's not even, it's not a luxury at all. It's something that is required to have a really happy, healthy life. You have to
Oh,
have that supportive community.
absolutely.
It
And
doesn't have to be huge. And we're talking about community. It doesn't have to be a massive community. It can be small, but it has to be supportive. It has to be encouraging. It has to be people who you can laugh with, who you can cry with, who you feel comfortable sharing everything with, whether it's good or bad, and knowing that that person is going to be there for you and hold that space for you no matter what.
absolutely. Absolutely. And surrounding yourself with the right people is how you grow,
Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
culmination of
About
the
it.
5 people that surround you. So stop and think, who are the 5 people that you talk to the most?
Hmm.
Those 5 people influence your habits, your mindset, your confidence, what you expect out of life, and it is 100% proven fact. How many times, moms, have you said to your children, don't hang around that person because they're a bad influence on you?
Hmm.
Now, as an
Hmm.
adult, look around at your friends. Are they a bad influence on you?
Hmm. Yeah, because think about it, if you're spending time with people who are just negative Nellies, and sorry if your name's Nelly, but if you're hanging out with people who are negative Nellies all the time, who are not very nice, maybe they're mean, maybe they pick on you, or maybe they're just not there for you when you need somebody to be. Think about that. If you're spending time with people who are like that, or who just kind of are settling in their life, they're just like, nah, I don't feel like working on myself. I don't feel like improving my health. I don't feel like having fun experiences. I don't feel like making more money. I just feel like sitting back and doing nothing. And they've
Yeah,
just settled
that
in
is 100% their choice. We're not bashing that, but if that is
that
not
is
what
their
you
choice.
want,
It's their choice, but it
don't.
doesn't have to be your choice.
That's right. Don't join them. And I love this. You don't rise because someone pushes you. You rise because somebody believes in you. Well, when I just looked at that a second ago, I thought, if you're standing on a cliff looking at the view, and so your friend next to you shoves you, you're not going to rise. You're going to fall. But if you
Hmm.
stumble and she grabs you and hold on to you, you get to stay where you are or rise. And don't ask me where that thought or that vision came from, but sometimes my brain just goes, "Ding." So,
Yeah. And it's nice to have that
yes,
visual, especially when you're talking about the people who you surround yourself with. What are those kinds of people that you want to have in your life? Do you want to have the person who's going to lift you up when you stumble a little bit, or do you want to have the person that's shoving you off the cliff? Like,
exactly. And here's the thing, you can have a healthy friendship and a growth friendship if your friend is supporting your growth and not trying to hold you back because she doesn't want that. Does that make sense?
right. Right. And what's cool with friendships and connections that are like this, when somebody can be happy for somebody else rather than jealous, rather than, trying to be like, "Oh, I didn't get my goal yet," and be kind of competitive. No, when somebody can truly care about you and are excited for you, and they want to cheer you on when you're achieving your goals, or even just when you're working towards your goals, even if you're just taking one tiny little
Mhm.
step. So whatever the goal is, and maybe the goal is just having a really nice family vacation. You haven't gone on a family vacation in a long time, and that's just a really big goal of yours. If you have a friend who's cheering you on when you're doing a little bit of research on the vacation, or when you're saving your money, or when you're working on improving your finances and your time, your schedule, so that you can do this and prioritize this. If they're helping you, or maybe sending you ideas, that's the kind of people that you want in your corner. You don't want the person who's like, That's so stupid. You don't even have any time or money. How do you think you're going to go on this vacation? Like, why would you want people like that in your life? So think about the people that you're surrounding yourself with.
Absolutely. And those communities, when you surround yourself with those, it gives you the opportunity to learn, to share ideas, to encourage one another. I love celebrating wins. And this was very hard for me. I will 100% say I can celebrate anybody else all day long. To celebrate me, that was a growth point for me. And having that community of people that are like, no, you get to do this also. And setbacks, if I do something wrong in my mind, doesn't mean it's wrong, but if I do it in my mind, I would go into self beat up. 100%.
I have to say, in all of the years that I have been coaching, I noticed that it was very hard for a lot of people to celebrate themselves. And most people who I have coached, it's like an every other week thing that we have our session. And I always start my call off asking, what are you celebrating? What happened the last couple weeks since the last time I talked to you that you can celebrate today? And it was so hard. 2 whole weeks have gone by. I mean, we truly should be able to celebrate things that we're doing on a daily basis.
Absolutely.
And so if you think about it, that's 14 whole days. And it's because it's hard. I feel like we have been trained and conditioned to not think about ourselves. So much so that we have a hard time celebrating ourselves for just taking action, for just showing up, for just getting up when your alarm goes off in the morning, or whatever it is, whatever the things are that are, if it's important to you and it's a big deal to you, then guess what? Celebrate it. Even if it seems so minuscule. Maybe you're somebody who really hates doing laundry, but you really plugged in, you did the laundry, and you even folded it and put it away in the same day. That's a big deal for somebody who doesn't like doing laundry. And I'm not actually one of those people. I hate doing the dishes. But anyway, but if that's one of your things, if you really, really, really dislike doing the laundry and you did it, and that's something to celebrate right there. Because doing the things that we don't really care to do, but we know it's a good thing to do, because we'll feel better. We'll feel better once we don't have a pile of dirty clothes there, or, overflowing in the hamper. And instead of having the basket sit in our room for a week until we get around to it, we can actually fold it and put it away, and our room looks nice and neat. Ooh, it feels so good. So even though it's one of those things you're just like, that's not really that big a deal. It is a big deal, and you should celebrate it. And to have the people you can share that with that knows that that's a big deal, even if maybe they're like, oh yeah, that's no problem for me. I do laundry a couple times a week, get it folded and put away, no big deal kind of thing. If it's not, they might not think it's a big deal to them, but they know it's a big deal to you, and they can celebrate you. That right there. Oh, it feels so good to have somebody that can recognize those things.
Absolutely.
Celebrate it.
Okay. Marie and I obviously are both coaches. And one thing that really landed for me when this was presented was the community that goes with it. And because when I was coaching in another program, it was so powerful to watch women really, really blossom when they had a safe place to connect. They could have the hard conversations, and they could learn together. They could grow together. They could encourage one another. And if you don't have that, this is for you. If you do have that, come join us, because we want you in our team. We want you in our group.
Yeah. We'd love to have you as part of our community, because agreed, like, our community is about, it's about the community. It's about the support and the encouragement and everything. But there's also so much more, like there's the opportunity to learn. There's the opportunity to learn and manifest. People are like, oh, manifestation is woo woo. You're actually manifesting things in your life every day. You don't realize you are, but it's teaching you.
We take the brain
Yeah.
scientific approach also. So
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. We're coming at it from a scientific side of things as well, but it's also you are manifesting, whether you know you are or not, you're manifesting things that are in your life right now, and to learn how to do it the correct way and manifest the things you actually want versus maybe something that you don't want.
yeah,
That's important too. So we're teaching that along the way inside of our communities. But yeah, so reach out to us if you'd like to be a part of this, but also keep in mind those people that you are surrounding yourself with on a regular basis.
yes. Are they encouraging you?
And you know what? All right. So think about somebody who has been a huge encouragement in your life, who has, specifically a woman. Think about a woman who has encouraged you, who has supported you, who has given you that little nudge when you needed it. Tag them in the comments. Let them
Yes.
know how grateful you are for them and how much they mean to you, because sometimes we don't share that enough. I actually talked about that in my podcast episode this week. If you don't know, I also have a podcast. I never mentioned that on here. I don't know why. But the Holistic Mama Speaks is the name of it, and it just launched yesterday morning actually. And I talk a lot about that, about how sometimes we don't tell the ones who are really there, that are super helpful to us in our life. We don't tell them how much we appreciate them as much as we should. So that's
Yes.
that's my tip. Go listen to the podcast for the full episode. And but do that. Tag somebody in the comments here who has made a difference in your life,
Yes.
because it's
And let us
important. It's
celebrate
important.
you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. So we'd love to invite you to learn more about our women's communities that we're building. It's part of a global community of women. So we're each having our own little pockets, our own little communities, but it's part of a global community. And it's designed to help you feel supported, encouraged, inspired, connected, while also learning and growing
Yes.
together.
I want
And
to go
safe.
visit our chapter president that's in Italy. So that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Let's go visit.
Yeah. Speaking of that, she actually helps to put together trips. And so how cool is that?
Oh.
That we can put together a trip. So yes, because we shouldn't be doing life alone, and we shouldn't keep putting ourselves on the back burner and saying someday or maybe later. It's now. Now is the time.
Absolutely.
Okay, so because we've gone over a little bit, because this is obviously something that we feel very passionate about, let's talk about what we're going to be talking about next week on the Wellness Wake Up Weekly.
Okay, so next week we are going to be talking about how to keep your sanity and inner peace through the busy, chaotic seasons of life. And we are coming at you from a place of, yep, me too.
Mhm, mhm. Because we've had to learn this
Oh,
for
yes.
ourselves, because we have those days that are so busy and chaotic that it feels like we can hardly take a moment to
Mhm.
breathe. And so we have learned things that will still allow us to feel at peace
Yes.
and to feel calm despite the craziness going on around us. So we're excited to bring you that next week. So tune in, invite your friends, and we will see you then.
All right. Everybody have a great week. Bye.